Zebras? Ritual? You've got to be kidding. And who would eat something so wild, so balanced? If this is true, it better be about more than just food. The zebra, striped, elusive, untamed, has long stood as a creature of contradiction. It is not horse, not deer, not donkey, and yet somehow all of them at once. Its body is a poem in black and white, a living tension between extremes. To many, it is just another grazing animal. But to the Haraki, a reclusive desert forest people born between sand and storm, the zebra, or yera, is something entirely different. To the Haraki, the yera is the guardian of thresholds, the walker between night and day, life and death, self and spirit. They believe that no one truly crosses from one life stage to another, child to adult, lover to parent, elder to ancestor, without walking the path of the zebra's memory. And yet, the Haraki do not hunt zebras. They watch them, they dream them, they follow their trails, not to kill, but to learn where reality softens and the unseen becomes felt. Only once every 9 years. At the exact moment when the moon casts 2 shadows in the sacred ravine of Yexel, is the ritual known as the Striped Crossing permit. The Haraki believe that when the Yera lies down willingly on the salt-bright stones of the ravine, it is not dying, it is shedding its skin of duality, inviting the tribe to do the same. This begins the 2-way mourning, a ritual lasting 18 nights, in which the zebra's body becomes a living bridge between all opposites. Its flesh is not eaten for sustenance, but for navigation. Each bite a step toward balance. The elders of the Haraki, known as the line-bearers, are the only ones allowed to touch the Hera. Their robes are dyed in alternating black and white stripes, stitched by hand from desert cotton and inked with soil pigments. When they approach the fallen zebra, they do so in silence, their footsteps timed to heartbeat rhythms. The zebra is wrapped in cloth woven with visions, images drawn during trance states by children who have not yet spoken their first words. These pre-words are considered pure, unfiltered expressions of spirit, and their markings are believed to align the Yera's passage between worlds. The body is carried to the Split Grove, a naturally formed stone corridor lined with twin trees, one living, one dead. This place, where shadow and light divide evenly, is said to be where the first crossing took place, the origin of time, memory, and the first language spoken by breath alone. The zebra is laid upon a slab of obsidian known as the Mirror's End. Here, the body is not cut with blades, but with shadow knives, tools made from dark glass and ash that fracture light but never pierce the skin. The meat is not removed. It is called forth, released with chants and gestures traced from memory into air. 12 portions are taken from the Yera's body, known as the dual cuts, each representing a paradox the tribe must reconcile. Truth and illusion, fear and curiosity, desire and restraint, joy and grief, stillness and motion, memory and forgetting, silence and voice, aloneness and connection, night and day, body and spirit, self and other, life and death. Each night one cut is honored. The flesh is prepared in ways that mirror the paradox. For example, joy and grief is seared quickly on one side and left raw on the other, then served on stone, warmed by fire, and cooled by moonlight. Before eating, participants speak both a celebration and a loss. During the day, no speech is allowed, only gestures, rhythm, and shadow movement. The Haraki believe that language during the day strengthens the illusion of division. Only at night, under firelight and shadow, may truths be spoken, because all things appear doubled then, and therefore more whole. Children are present, but not participants. They wear zebra-stripped veils and observe from the line of becoming, a crescent-shaped row of stones encircling the ritual. On the final night, they will be allowed to step over that line, if they are ready. The meat of each cut is not served in bowls or on plates. It is balanced on curved stones, requiring the eater to stabilize the meal before consumption. This physical act reflects the emotional challenge, to hold both sides of a truth without dropping either. The 12 cut, life and death, is not eaten. It is buried. Wrapped in the child-marked cloth, it is placed inside a shallow grave dug beneath the feet of the twin trees. The soil is mixed with ash from the previous 11 nights. As the line-bearers bury the last cut, they say only one phrase, that what cannot be tasted still nourish us. The split grove becomes a shrine, not just to the zebra, but to the act of choosing balance. The morning after the burial of the 12th cut, the haraki rise before the sun. No one speaks. The ashes from the fire are gathered in silence, mixed with crushed quartz and rain caught in obsidian bowls. Each person dips a finger into the mixture and draws a line from forehead to chin, a vertical mark called the stripe of passage. It signifies that they have walked with the Yera and returned not unchanged. From this moment forward, participants are known as the split-sighted. It is not a title, but a description. They are said to see the world in overlapping truths, able to hold contradictions without seeking to resolve them, to see death in life, self in motion, self in the stranger. For 7 days, the split-sighted fast from salt and sleep in alternating beds, one of fire-warm stone, the next of dew-soaked grass. This fluctuation trains their bodies to surrender comfort and embrace discomfort equally, honoring the zebra's walk between extremes. Each split-sighted is given a twin staff, a wooden rod carved with opposing symbols at each end. One side bears the mark of silence, the other of voice. When entering a space, they plant the staff with one end upward, silently announcing whether they are listening or speaking. Over time, this gesture becomes part of their identity, their relationships, their rituals of love, grief, and conflict. The children who crossed the line of becoming on the final night are not immediately welcomed into the community. They must first undertake the Echo Walk, a 2-day journey across the salt flats alone. Along the way, they carry a black stone and a white stone in opposite hands, not to use, but simply to hold. If they return with both stones intact, it is said they have balanced their inner opposites. On their return, they are greeted with the phrase, "You have stepped between the stripes." From then on, their names are doubled, one name spoken in light, one in shadow. In public, only the light name is used. The shadow name is spoken only during private ritual or in dreams. The meat from the zebra is never preserved. Any remaining pieces, after each night, are burned and the smoke allowed to rise unbroken. The Haraki believe that memory should be consumed completely or released, never stored. In the months following the ritual, the tribe changes. Disputes once divisive soften. Decisions once rushed are now meditated upon. There is less shouting, more listening. The rituals of daily life shift subtly. Footsteps slow. Greetings extend. Eye contact lingers, as if the zebra's spirit continues to thread between them. Every participant crafts a stripe bone, a thin, striped talisman carved from the bone of the twin tree roots. This is worn around the neck or tied into hair. It is not a badge of honor, but a compass. When lost, afraid, or caught in indecision, the wearer holds the bone, places it to their forehead, and asks, "Which way holds both?" On the first full moon after the ritual, the split-sided return alone to the split grove. They do not gather. Each walks their own path at their own hour. When they arrive, they kneel between the twin trees, press their palm into the earth, and wait. It is said that if the zebra accepts them, they will hear a rustle in the grass, even when the wind is still. Some return claiming they saw a striped shadow in their peripheral vision. Others say they felt warmth behind their heart. A few leave in tears. No one asks why. The Haraki never repeat the ritual on the same ground. The split grove is sealed with stone and left to the elements. A new grove is found, or more often, revealed, by the dreams of children, by the growth of twin trees, or by the crossing of a zebra at dusk in complete silence. No markers are placed, only the memory remains. Over generations, the zebra becomes more than symbol, it becomes inheritance. Families tell their children, "You were born between stripes." Lovers whisper, "I see your shadow name." Elders bless the dying with, "Step gently, the Yarrow walks with you." And so the ritual endures, not through repetition, but through rhythm, not through doctrine, but through dreams. To eat the zebra is not to conquer it, so it is to become striped, to embrace contradiction not as conflict, but as completion. And somewhere, always, a Yira walks alone beneath the moonlight, bearing the memory of those who once tasted balance and chose to carry it.